It's probably the most anticipated release of a database for Football Manager 2024. It's the Level 10 English database. And let's have a look at how you install it and what it looks like in-game. Okay then, so here we are. The English Lower League database all the way down to Level 10 has been released by DanFMDatabases. Please check him out on Twitter. And if you are very grateful for his work, you can donate here to the author. There's a link on the download page as well. But you go to this download page, which is linked in the description, to download the new database that will take all of these new leagues from Level 7, 8, 9 and 10 and add them into the English playable system. It's one of the most eagerly anticipated databases of the year, and once again it looks fantastic. You simply hit the download button, it will download this E20 England Level 10.fmf file, and that will go into your download folder. And what you need to do when it gets into your download folder is really simple. You just take that file from the FMF file from your downloads, go into your Football Manager user data folder, which on Windows is in My Documents, Sports Interactive, Football Manager 2024. There'll be a link in the description where you put it in Mac, and pop it in your editor data folder alongside the real name fix, which you should have already downloaded. And if you haven't, there's a video on how to do that here on the channel as well. Once you've done that, you head into game, and it is really simple on how you set up a new game. Just go to Career, as you would any other game, and then go to the database drop down in the top right, and make sure that E20 England Level 10 is selected. There's a big tick next to it, along with all of the real name fix files in there as well. Choose your game mode, and then make sure that you click Advanced Setup, not Quick Start, when going through to set the game up. Once you are there and the database has loaded up, you will be able to see all of the leagues in the game. So when the database is finished loading, we'll hit Add Remove Leagues, get rid of all the leagues we don't want. We're just going to put England on here. So we'll go to here now. We're there ready. Okay, so we just get rid of the German, Scottish and Spanish leagues that have been default loaded up, and go to the drop down, and you can see Level 10 and above is there along with all the other levels above it. Simple as that. So one thing you do need to do in the advanced options, or what is recommended, is click the Add Players to Playable Teams and untick the Do Not Add Key Staff. This will fill out the squads for some of the smaller sides that don't have real players in the database just yet. And there you go, start the game from there. We're just using the start of the 23-24 season, and we'll see how that gets on. Right, the database is going to load up in the background, and we'll have a look when it's loaded. Okay, so I've added my manager, and we're here, look, just deciding a team. We can go through the step 3, step 4, step 5, and step 6, so 7, 8, 9, 10 of the pyramid, and see all of the massive amounts of leagues that you're now unlocked and able to play in. So we're just going to go for my local non-league side, AFC Mansfield, who are in Tier 9 in the United Counties Premier Division North. So we're going to just add ourselves as the manager there and see what it looks like in game and what things are going on. So I've taken over the AFC Mansfield job, and as you can see, most logos and some kits, the away kit hasn't worked for some reason, but pretty much every single logo for all of the level 10 clubs will be included in your logo pack that you hopefully will have already downloaded and installed. Most faces will be included as well. Some kits, depending on what kit styles you'll have there as well. We're just going to cycle through some leagues, have a look at all of the leagues and cups that are added, and a few teams as well as we go down and just have a look. So we go down from the National League South, you go into the 7th tier, so the Isthmian Premier, and we're just going to cycle through all of these and have a little chat if anything jumps out. So Northern Premier League, Premier Division, also at Tier 7. Marine don't have a small logo. Their logo is there though, so that'll just be some small quirk with the config file on the logo pack. We'll be able to fix that at some point in the future as well. We're going through different leagues, so Southern Premier Division, Central and South are both here as well, so that's the 4 leagues at Tier 6. If we go down to the next one, the Isthmian North, which is Tier 7 or Step 4. No, Tier 8 and Step 4. There we go. Tier 6 is the Vanarama North and South. But anyway, you can see we go through these leagues. You can see the different league structures are all in place as well, so each league will have a different one. There's a club called South Park, probably not from Colorado, but you can see the stadium. I'm pointing at my screen. You can't see where I'm pointing on screen, but basically the stadium pictures are there as well, included in the background packs. Again, all of the logos and backgrounds and kits and faces. There's videos on how to install those to get your game looking as full and well-rounded as you possibly can here on the channel as well. Go and watch those after you've watched this one and downloaded this great database. We're now still in the Step 4, Tier 8 leagues. There we go. Northern Premier Division 1 West was won by Macclesfield last season. So this is the reborn Macclesfield FC. They're here in the game. City of Liverpool, I've never heard of them. I've heard of AFC Liverpool and obviously Liverpool. But City of Liverpool are there, the purple side. Who else? There's lots of other clubs. Vauxhall Motors, are still around. Lots of more great teams. You can basically just pick out some teams you want to look at. Hamworthy United have got a 25-point deduction. That's in the game as well. And we're going through the rest of the leagues. And when you get down to step 5, you might want to not start your game on the 31st of July, because some leagues, when you get down to step 5 and 6, so tier 9 and 10, have already played a game on the 29th of July. Note that one for when you're starting your save. So don't click the start of the season date of the 31st of July. Start a bit earlier so you can actually see your first game of the season, which would be handy, I'm sure. Right, we're going through. So we're in the Eastern Counties Essex Senior League now. We're still on step 5, so tier 9. So step 5 of the non-league system, tier 9 of the full overall pyramid. There's lots of naming conventions you'll get used to once you start playing down in this lower level. We still Midland Football League. Any teams jumping out here? Not that I can see of. A 24-team league, the Northwest Counties Premier. So there's lots of different sized leagues going on around here. We can see FC Isle of Man. That might be an interesting save. Trying to take the Isle of Man to league football. That'll be quite interesting. That's at the Bowl in Douglas. Check those out. Yeah. Who else? Anyone else jumping out as a side we might want to recommend starting a save game with? Northern Division 1 is still step 5, so still tier 9. If we keep cycling through the leagues, lots of other teams knocking around. Basically, you can manage anywhere in the country throughout the top 10 tiers of English football. Now that is something incredible. I did a tier 10 save back all the way on FM10, I think, taking Teversal, who were another local side to me, all the way up to League 1 before we went bankrupt, and got basically the save ended there because I got relegated back down to League 2 without any players. There you can see AFC Mansfield in the United Counties Premier North. That's at the bottom because we lost the first game of the season. I also did a tier 11 save, so this database will probably continue to be updated like it has done every other year to further extend the system beyond level 10 the further and further we get through the calendar year. So I took a side from tier 11 to the National League, I think, back on FM20. So there's plenty of great saves you can have, taking teams from the low levels all the way to league football. And it's great fun. I would definitely recommend it if you're interested in a long-term save like that. If we're looking at the Eastern Counties League Division 1 North, there's plenty of sides here, reserve sides and under-23 sides that can't get promoted from that level. I'm guessing that means their senior side is at the level above them. For obvious reasons, they can't play in the same league. So you might also get an enforced relegation if the senior side gets relegated into that league as well. I think also it's showing that there's no relegation places for the Tier 10 league, so it looks like relegation's been turned off for these levels until level 11 has been added into the game as well. So that might be one to note. I'm not quite sure on that because obviously I only just noticed, but it's one to consider if you're starting out in level 10 and you're not a very good side. You might be okay from a relegation point of view at the moment, at least. Right, we're probably near the end of the level 10 leagues now. We're going to be cycling through into the cup competitions as well, and obviously there are going to be changes to the FA Cup to unlock some of the earlier qualifying rounds as well. We'll double check they're in, but I'm pretty sure they usually are. So we'll have a look at those in a second, as we're just finally getting through the last few leagues at level 10. So we're in the United Counties Division 1. I think we've got a couple more after this one. Wessex Football League Division 1. And then the Western Football League Division 1 as well is the next one. And that is all of the level 10 leagues. So there's so many new leagues added in that it's taken however many minutes, 5 minutes, to cycle through and not really look at anything else. If we have a look here, though, the FA Cup has been extended to allow all of these non-league teams the extra preliminary rounds and preliminary rounds that aren't normally in the game as well. So the first qualifying round, the second qualifying round, they're all there. Every single round of the FA Cup has now been created, getting through to the first round as well, all the way through to the final. You know how the FA Cup works. If you need to know more on the English playable system in-game rather than this additional database, we've got a league guide on that as well. Check that out. We're going to go through now, so as long as the FA, as well as the FA Trophy, we've got the FA Vars, which is for, obviously, the levels that have just been added. And then each of the tiers, I think tiers 9 and 10 have got like their own cup competitions as well. So there's going to be loads and loads of League Cups and Challenge Cups knocking about now for those lower level tiers, just to give you something else to play on and fill out your season a little bit more if there's not enough football just with League Football. So there's loads of League Cups. Obviously, they don't have logos in the logo pack because they are created new for this database. So you'd have to download logos yourself, find the ID of the league and put them in. But you can use the how to create a config video that we've got here on the channel to help you with that as well. So there we go. We cycled through all the cups there. So we got to the Premier League 2. That's not new. So you can see, we're going to have a quick look at AFC Mansfield. They've got the extra competition. So the FA Vars and the United Counties League Challenge Trophy are new to go along with the FA Cup and the league. And there you have it. That is the level 10 database. It is fantastic. It is a great way to play FM24. You'll have some great saves going from level 10 all the way up to the top. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, download this database, let us know how you get on with your saves, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.